Hey, hello everybody, good morning. Today is finally Friday, 7:15 a.m. Eastern Time, February 9. So let's review what I wrote in the market structure document that I posted last night and compare what we have in the book right now. Okay, as I stated, Delta Flow is still bullish. Book doesn't show any sign of weakness. The major gamma was moved from 5K to 505, 5005. That was the level that I was looking for yesterday, right? But dealers decide to bring it up to 5K and drop back to 97. Okay, so different than before that we start to show weakness at 80, right, and buyable at 90. Now the weakness moved to 75. Okay, current gum exposure is like $1 billion, and 24.8% of the current gum exposure will be gone today. Okay, will be gone today. So my concern, I will be very scared, as soon as you start to see higher GX and really lower DIX below 44%. What's happened when you have a huge GIX like this, 5 billion, 6 billion, 10 billion, and lower DIX like 43, 42%. Usually when you see that, market crash. Okay, when we start to see higher GX and very lower DIX, something is going to happen. Okay, major crashes is never in the book. Major movements, sorry, not in the graph. Major movement up or down is never in the graph. Is where the money is located, is in the option flow. Okay, especially when you saw dealers not buying anymore, when you start to see dealers start to distribute and start to use tools, market tools, to force markets going up. As you guys have been seeing, every single day I explain the movement based in primary and secondary Greeks, especially gamma and delta, right? Delta is the flow, delta is the movement of the market. It's not gamma. A lot of people that joined the group and said, I monitor the gamma, I know everything. The gamma, they don't know nothing, because gamma is a secondary Greek. No, the flow, the money is always delta. Okay, is where we can find the movement. Okay, anyway, so what also, let's review here. As you guys can see, the major yesterday, the major delta resistance 5K, and consequently the inflection for the upside. As I told you guys, if you will break 505, my maximum upside target according to the books is 5,020, right? I put this in the market wrap according to the delta flow. Okay, but yesterday they left us idea that 5K is the inflection in major resistance per delta, but the gamma dropped a lot and they moved to 5005. Okay, 28%, right? 20%, 28%. Just review. Yeah, 28%. 24% of the current gamma exposure expired today. So gamma basically will be a new design format. So market can and then you need to analyze how they do, especially next week when you have the OPEX. Okay. As I say here, the economic agenda is really calm. We don't have any data that can move the market. We don't have any Federal Reserve speakers. So market, you do what is already set up. We don't have anything that can influence the market movement today. It will be pure delta flow. Okay? So as I put over here, the delta resistance is 5K, 4,909 tends to be the bottom, right? Tends to be the bottom. If you see like 505 being rejected, they want to sunk up to 4,909, buyers will be there, according to the book. And the worst case scenario, 4,975. Okay? As I also wrote over here, if you break 505, my maximum upside target per delta flow is 5,020. My suggestion, market could be also sideways because the amount of gamma exposure and design we have in the book right now, and the amount that will expire today, that's really high at 24%, almost 25%. Okay, maybe we see only, like 10 points range trading, so if you open for a gap up, maybe you will be trading between 5K and 5,005. That's something also possible. What do I have set up for today? But it's already set up before, when you saw the sunk on Monday. I sold for 4,980 and I bought 4,975 and I received $1. Okay, that's what I have for today, and I want to receive 100% premium. Okay, that's what I'm looking for, but I opened long time ago. So now let's close the market web and let's compare what we have in pre-market book right now. So look at how the delta change. The delta flow changed a lot. Okay, now the delta is showing us 4,025. As I told you guys yesterday, per delta flow breaking up 4,005, I was looking for 4,020 as a maximum upside target. Now the inflection point for the upside target is 5,025. Really close, 5 points, above what I saw yesterday. I mean, what they left in the book yesterday. As you can see, 5K now is easy to be breaked. Remember, positive gamma, buy weakness, sell rallies, right? Buy weakness, sell rallies. 5K became a negative gamma territory with negative delta flow, so show weakness. Depending on how the future, will suggest how the market will open. If you open above 5K, the buyable region will not be 4,909, tend to be 5K, and the major resistance 5,005. According the gamma is where we have a major gamma exposure, and also according yesterday was the big delta flow too. So I will not be scared to see a very small candle and market being traded between 5K and 505. That's totally possible. Future so far suggests as a gap up. Future so far suggests as opening. Sorry. My computer needs some coffee. Anyway, future suggestion is up in around 4,005. Okay, future suggests so far open at 4,005. So above 5,005, that gamma, that you can call out, could you be also served as a support. So we need to pay attention, how the future, will influence in cash index structure. Okay, so yeah, suggestions above 5,005, just to let you guys know. But anyway, per current design, instead of maximum upside target 4,020, Now we need to look for 4,025. Okay, 5K tends to be viable. But if you open above 5,005, 5,005 tends to be the gamma support. Okay. Worst case scenario, 4,980, not anymore 4,975. Why? It's because where we have the higher negative gamma so far. Sorry, delta flow. It's the higher negative delta flow so far. So the worst case scenario jumping 5 points, the maximum upside targets jump 5 points, and the viable region so far jump 10 points from 4,909 up to 5K. Since you already know, we already saw this market structure, the design, the gamma, and the delta flow. Let's check, some assets that I'm totally bullish. I told you guys to buy every single dip. I bought the dip. I bought at almost 38K was the Bitcoin. When you go to 38, whatever, that one of my super 38, 200, I forgot how much, because one of my support was 37,888, 37,885. You guys know, was very close over here when I bought iBit. I didn't bought the Bitcoin, but I bought iBit. I post to you guys, guys, I'm buying Bitcoin right now because it's very close from the support. And Bitcoin really respect the support and the resistance. Okay, what I look for Bitcoin right now. I also spoke with my friend Samir, because he's a guy that studied cryptocurrency. I'm not. I'm just a guy that came from the market, not from the crypto, because I'm older and Samir is much more younger. I told him that I'm looking at possibility to see a 10K candle in cryptocurrency, especially in Bitcoin, but not now. So far I'm looking, what I told you, I'm looking for Bitcoin trading between 49K and 46,345 or 46,286. Do like small candles sideways, like usually the Bitcoin do, and then one more meltdown, maybe up to 43,800 or 45. So I'm seeing one more meltdown up to 44 or 43,800, and then 10,000K. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. But sometimes Bitcoin try to back, since it's already break a very important resistance, that 46K 335. The next one, and that's the major, that why is because I always said Bitcoin is really late its movement, because if you compare Bitcoin with techs, because Bitcoin is technology, if you compare Bitcoin with Magnificent 7 and with Nasdaq and also S&P 500, Bitcoin at least supposed to be traded between 56K and 58K. That's the pivot. That's the same pivot that I have been seeing a lot in S&P 500, that was at 4,780. Remember I said, guys, if you break 4,780, we have impulse to go at least up or 5,200 or 5,700, depends of which pivot dealers are looking for. Remember, so Bitcoin is really delaying and supposed to be trading here, not here. And if you break that pivot, okay, let me put bigger. If Bitcoin break that pivot, we have two targets according the pivot, the size of the pivot. The first target of the Bitcoin is 86,675, and where I want to open a very, very, very big short is at 110K. And this is supposed to be the historic top of Bitcoin, in my humble opinion, not $1 million as people say. So for me, the end of the cycle of the Bitcoin, and also, the risky assets, the 100 year bull cycle, finish, especially in Bitcoin over here. And SPX 500, something, as I told you, between 500 and 200, up to 500 and 700. A lot of people is looking for 6K, but we don't have any projects that take you there, because the pivots and the cupping handle format, take us or 5,200 or up to 5,700. I'm not seeing 6K. Okay, so I already provide you guys the level of possibilities pure speculative. I don't have flow for Bitcoin. That's basically in graphic pattern, basically in pivot calculation. Okay, so those are the upside and major resistance and possibility to close your position and enter short in Bitcoin. Okay, since I already explained Bitcoin to you guys, Mara, you guys know that I'm very bullish in Mara. My target is 104. It's already open with 10% gap up. Okay, let me put bigger as Bitcoin too. And that's a company that have 30% of the free flow shorted. So is a company, is an asset that you can see like a gummy squeeze, as we saw in GME and AMC in 2020, right, 2021. We could see a squeeze in crypto mining companies, in general, all of them, but Mara has a big short. Okay, and Mara supposedly report a very good result, especially because Mara has 1 billion cash, and the average price of Bitcoin is below 34K. So the cash improvement, especially because this melting up in Bitcoin, tend, to Mara report more than $1 billion in cash, because this is what Mara has so far. Okay, the next resistance in Mara is 27.86, and the 2022 pivot is 33.68. But here will be the supra-sumo. Hold on, let me show you guys. 104 will be the supra-sumo of Mara. And this is the inflection point with Mara. If you see Mara breaking 104, guys, this shit could skyrocket. That I even imagine how far we go. But also tended to break the all-time high that was 200 and whatever. Okay, so the inflection point for Mara is 104. The major pivot 160. Okay, just to guys understand. Of course, that before that we have all the levels that you need to look for. Now 2786, after 2786, 3368. To form a cup handle, that's totally normal. As you know, I told you Bitcoin because I also looking for a possibility as a cup handle, trade over here, back test one of those levels that I see before, like 45K or maximum 43,800. You'll be formed, a beautiful cup handle, and then we go higher, at least up to 56K. That's the major resistance. I'm looking for the same setup tomorrow. Maybe we form a cup handle, and then we can see, a downtrend up to 2345. If you check over here, we have a small pivot over here in the daily graph that wasn't confirmed because you went up and then, form a downtrend pivot. And this guy could be the next viable region. Let me put also in green because could be the next viable region. Oops, let me put is 23.44. I put also in green. So if I'm correct regarding the Bitcoin movement, we could be see Mara going to 27.86 and then a meltdown to form a cup handle up to 23.55. That will be the buyable region to then go above 33.68. Okay, so pre-market suggests 10% market, 10% gap. So make totally sense. Go here, go back, close the gap, and then go back up and form a cup and handle figure. Regarding Disney, let's check Disney. I give you guys about PayPal. I'm seeing a possibility to PayPal close the gap. Okay, goes the gap. The results of PayPal was much better than expected, but the projection, up to the end of the year was like 3M, and then the asset to drop like more than 10%. Okay, so like Boeing, I'm looking for PayPal to close the gap, maybe 52.20, 52, 51.95 will be a buyable region. So I'm looking for that region to buy more PayPal. What I have been doing right now is setting a covered call, and then monetize myself using the option book. Anyway, let's talk about Disney. No, I didn't sold PayPal. Okay, I didn't sold PayPal. Look, Disney. So my target in Disney, I told you guys, was 111.74. Disney went up to 112.77, almost $1 above, and going back down. So I want you guys to monitor Disney. Okay, if you guys are long on Disney, my stop is if you lose 102. Okay, but the volume was so high. Why is 102? Because if you go back to 102, consequently you close the gap. It's a very huge gap. It's a very huge gap to see if going back up normally, because I don't like those gaps. I really don't like those gaps. Okay, I really don't like, and this is a real economy. Remember that I told you guys, I have been telling you guys, because 7 assets move the SP 500 up to where we are right now, right? So the market's totally unbalanced. The SP 500 is not more an index that tracks 500 companies. It's an index that tracks 7 companies. Basically, the SP 500 became a QQQ because the weight of those companies in the index. Those weights like 45, 43, no, sorry, not 23, 25, 13%. So it's really high. So other companies lose the weight in the index, like a Disney. This is in Dow Jones, this is in SP 500. So the way that keeping markets melting up is to buy Disney, Walgreens, Boeing, and etc. That is already crashed, and they start to sell tax a little bit. Because the weight of the tax is so high, they cannot, dump tax, otherwise you see a crash. So if they start to sell little by little, one by one, like as they have been doing, sold the Tesla, sold the Apple, but keep like Nvidia, keep Microsoft, keep Google going up, and start to bring assets, real economy assets going up. I mean, start to melt up real economy, like Walgreens, Disney, CVS, CVC, Boeing, we will see SP 500 still going up. That was my call. I told you guys, and you guys see what's happening with Disney, right? You guys see if you happen with Disney. Anyway, if you didn't see a close the gap, if you didn't see a back test at the 102, Disney next target, as soon we use Disney start to trade above 111.75, the next target is between 131 and 139. Okay, those are the next target of Disney as soon as you see Disney trading above 101.74, and then I expect a crash. Serious, serious. That's my maximum upside target for Disney. We could start to see a downtrend from here. Yes, because that I told you guys, put a stop at 102. Because if you close the gap and keep it going down, these assets will go back to 76.40. Remember that I put in when I put like supports in green is because a demand zone usually is where we buy. Okay, is where we buy. Guys, so I already covered Disney. So because it was a call that I told you guys, I already covered like PayPal because the assets that I have. I already provide you guys a follow-up about Mara, Bitcoin, and also we just review the market structure and consequently the market structure document that I provide to you guys last night. Guys, take care, enjoy your day. Be careful today. Today, is a dealer's day that you fight against each other. So if you guys don't have infinite money, don't enter in the fight. Don't enter in the fight. Let them fight. I like to take Friday, especially when we have a lot of delta flow in the book, and more almost like 25% of the gamma expired today. So let dealers fight because it's fights between them. They are the titans, not us. Okay, take care.